Good morning, my dear students. I'm Miss Tania. Welcome to this class. I'm very happy to have you back. This is Accounting 2. Okay, guys, so it's very important that you remember to take notes, to save the file on your computer, to save the link, anything you need to understand and to review later. Okay? Good. So are you ready for this new class? Okay, let's start. Well, today we're going to study about managers, executives, and directors. So probably you already know the definition or you probably heard before about the word manager. That's a very common word. We even use it in Spanish sometimes. We say it in Spanish and we mix, like this is the manager of the company, etc. Okay, but there is new words here, or probably only one, executives. Okay, so today what we are going to learn is something that you are going to use like forever. So pay attention, take notes, etc. So basically what we are going to do is to analyze the differences in an organizational chart or organization chart or org chart. It has different names. It's basically the same. It's very similar, like in Spanish, we say organigram. Okay, so you probably recognize this word, organigram. Well, so you know, in an organigram, you have different levels and you can see who is in charge of which department in a company or in an organization. Got it? Okay, remember that this class, accounting, entrepreneurship, and these content classes are basically to understand some new vocabulary, some new words that you may use in the future on your professional careers. So let's start. Well, here I wanted to paste this little flag to recognize that this is the way how British people organize their organizations, their companies. So they use like different words, different organizations, but don't worry too much because guess what? All companies around the world, in all different countries, they use different organization charts. So don't worry too much. What it is important today is to recognize their definitions, their functions, their position in an organigram. Okay? So in United Kingdom, or we call it England, they use it like this. This is an example. The name of the company is Fun and Sun Holidays Management Organigram. Okay, so as you can see in the name, Fun and Sun Holidays, we're talking about a travel agency. Okay, something big. Well, here, as we can see on the top, we have this chairman or chairwoman, chief executive, or managing director. So in other words, is what we can call in our country, or maybe in America, the president of the company. That's why I wrote this here with my handwriting. Okay, so it's very important that next time you hear these words or you read them, you know that this is like the person on the top of the organigram. Chair, you know, like the place you are sitting right now. Chairman or chairwoman. Other word is chief executive or managing director. Well, under them, we have different directors from different departments. So from the financial department, we have the Chief Financial Officer, or CFO. Other way to call it is Finance Director. So both terms are correct. We have also Marketing Director, we have Human Resources Director, IT Director, and Research Director. Okay, you have any idea what's the meaning of IT? In case you don't know, the meaning is information and technologies, which is very important department right now all around the world. Okay, so pay attention to this. IT, both capital letters. IT is the abbreviation for information and technologies. Okay, let's continue. Well, so we have the chairman or chief executive, and then we have the directors, and under them we have the managers. So you see where the managers are? They are not here, they are not here. They are here on the third position, on the third level, from the top to the bottom, which is fine because they are also part of the board of the company, right? Okay, so we have in the finance department or financial department, we have accounts department manager. In marketing director, we have sales manager and customer services manager. And probably if we had more people here in the department, we will probably have assistants or managers too. Okay, in case the company is bigger than this. So remember, very extremely important to remember that all companies have their own organizations. So don't worry too much if you find something different, okay? Well, and here under the managers, we have the line managers. In this case, they are the travel agencies branches. So other offices from this big company. Well, probably you realized that I didn't mention non-executive directors and this section here. Okay, don't worry. Non-executive directors are people connected to the company but not working directly in the company. So it can be like other companies working here at the same time, working with the chairman, okay? But they are not in touch, they are not directly in touch or working with these other departments, with directors or managers. So they work directly with the chairman or chairwoman. Well, here, all these directors that we have here, maybe more if it's other company with other departments, or maybe less in case a company doesn't have any of these departments. All this line of directors, we call them senior executives or top executives or executive directors. So the key word here is executives. You see what I was talking about in the beginning, like the difference between managers, executives, and directors? Okay. And here, all this line of managers, maybe more, maybe less, it depends on the company. We call them middle managers. Okay, middle managers. So they're not in the top, they're not on the bottom, they are in the middle. Okay, so this is the way United Kingdom or England introduce or use these words in an organization chart. Pretty easy, right? Probably you knew this before in Spanish. Now you know it in English. Okay, let's read this. All the directors together are the board. They meet in the board room. Okay, let's take a look at the directors to recognize who are the members of the board here. When talking about the board, we're talking about the people who gather in a room, maybe have a coffee, maybe have some food, but these are the people that take the most important decisions in a company. That's why they are part of the board, okay? Do you remember I mentioned these people, non-executive directors? Let's take a look. It's these people here on the left, working together with the chairman or chairwoman. Okay, so they are not managers of the company. They are outsiders. Outsiders, it means that they are not inside the company. Often directors of other companies who have particular knowledge in the industry or of particular areas. Okay, so probably they have a specialization in something different. that the company needs, but they don't work directly with the company, with the employees or with other managers. Okay. Well, this is my favorite one, the marketing director, because you know I like very much marketing. Okay, so the marketing director is the head of marketing, obviously. The IT director is the head of IT, information and technologies, etc. Okay? So director, head of the department. There you are. These people head or head up their departments. Informally, the head of an activity, a department, or an organization is its boss. So when you hear in a movie, when you hear people talking about the boss, make sure that these people, or you can be sure that these people are talking about the head or the director of a department. And listen to this word again. I'm saying department. Okay, that's how you say it, department. Okay, here we have an explanation about some vocabulary, executive. So executive, this is pretty common in companies, especially if you're working internationally. So an executive, or informally an exec, is usually a manager at quite a high level. For example, a senior executive. So senior, it's other way to call people that has been working for a lot of time on a position, senior. Also, when you probably go to the cinema or buy flight tickets, or you go to a museum, etc., in a country where they speak English, you will probably see this word senior. Okay, it's not like we use it here in Ecuador, like students, you know, like the oldest students in a school. No, senior, it's someone like probably above 65 years old. So it's other way to call these adults over 65 years old. In general, sometimes can be 60 or 70. It depends on the country, it depends on the place. You call them seniors. Okay, well, that's why they use this word here too. Senior executive is to show that you have some experience, some time working in that position. Well, what is the other way you can use the word executive? It can be used in other contexts, okay, so not only for businesses, to suggest luxury, as an executive coach, an executive home. Probably when you buy a ticket on a plane, you have like executive class, right? You probably heard like, oh, it's executive class. It's kind of more expensive, like a lot more. Okay, so even for things that are not actually used by executives, okay? So in other words, it can be used as something that is not directly connected to businesses. Okay, with this we finish the way people use these words in United Kingdom, but what happened in other countries, like for example in United States, or let's say in North America, and why not here in South America too? Because you know, we are more connected to American expressions because of our position in the map. So it's very important we understand both. Remember, this class is to learn English. That's why I'm teaching you both. So you probably heard me pronouncing these words before, or these letters before. Well, as you can see, it's kind of shorter, a little bit more simple, which is also good. Remember, I told you that all organizations, they have their own organization chart, which means that it's kind of impossible to find the same organigrams in all companies around the world. So this is other way to organize. And don't worry, both are okay. So in United States, we have the president or the chief executive officer, CEO, extremely important abbreviation. Please remember this forever. Next time you see or you hear in a movie or on a paper. Sometimes even here in Ecuador, people will give you their business cards, or you're going to see in organigrams. Even in Spanish, they call themselves, oh, I'm the CEO of the company. So it's the other way to say that it's like the person on the top of the organigram. So it's the boss of the bosses, or the president. Other way to call it could be like Chief Operating Officer. Chief Operating Officer. So this O means officer. This C in both abbreviations means chief. Next to them, we're going to have non-executive directors, pretty much similar like this one. So people working together with them, but not directly with other managers. Under the CEO or COO or the president, we have other departments like the Chief Financial Officer, other important abbreviation, CFO, CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Or other way to call them, Vice President, like Marketing Vice President, Human Resources Vice President, or Research Vice President, or any other department Vice President. How do we call these people? We call them Senior Executive, or Top Executive, or Executive Directors. You see, directors. No officers like here, but directors. So this is the way American people call them. Obviously, if you use American English or British English, everybody will understand, because in business, we know what we are talking about. So in the United States, the top position may be that of chairman or chairwoman or president, just like we just read in the England chart. The job is often combined with the position of Chief Executive Officer or CEO. Some companies have a Chief Operating Officer to take care of the day-to-day running of the company. The finance director may be called the Chief Financial Officer or CFO, remember. In the United States, senior managers, so they are on the top, more experienced, etc. Senior managers in charge of particular areas are often called vice presidents. Quite easy, right? Okay, so now we're going to watch this video. It's only 2 or 3 minutes video. And we're going to see or to listen how they organize this company. So it's kind of easy now that I'm showing you. You can understand a lot better the video. We're going to hear about Nancy, Jim, Mutlu, and other departments like marketing, sales, production, senior receivable account. This is some vocabulary we probably studied last year. Senior payable accounts, etc. Okay, so are you ready for the video? Let's watch it. Pay attention. And again, this is going to be beautiful because you're going to have like other option to create an organigram. Let's watch and listen.
Hello there, buddy. With a little help from my animated friends, let's find out what organizational structure means. Now meet Nancy. She's the Chief Executive Officer, or CEO of Awesome Corp, a company with 35 employees. Well, this is Jim. He's the Chief Operating Officer, or COO, of Awesome Corp. He's Nancy's second in command and reports directly to her. Jim oversees a wide variety of areas, including production, sales, and marketing. Mutlu is the Chief Financial Officer, or CFO. Simply put, he's responsible for the financial health of the company. Nancy, Jim, and Mutlu are Awesome Corp's executive team. But Awesome Corp has more employees than just 3. A lot more. Let's take a look at the financial department. And as you remember, Mutlu is the CFO. Now this is his team. Layla is a senior receivables accountant. She manages accounts receivables. That's the money coming into the company from its customers. She makes sure invoices get issued and that Awesome Corp gets paid on time. Well, this is Thomas. He's Layla's peer, meaning that they are likely to receive comparable compensation, and they both report to Mutlu. Thomas's area is slightly different, though. Thomas handles accounts payable. That's the money that the company pays to its suppliers and service providers. He also happens to handle the company's taxes. Susan is a procurement specialist. She works with the company's suppliers and partners to make sure the company always has sufficient resources and that service contracts are up to date. She frequently scouts new vendors in order for Awesome Corp to get the best prices. Well, Thomas is her manager. Ahoy, financial department! Of course, there are more departments. Together, all these employees from Awesome Corp, decision-making power flows from the top to the bottom, with a greater concentration at the top. All companies are slightly different, but this will give you a solid start. For practice, try sketching out an organizational structure of your company or college. Good luck!
Okay, so if you pay attention here, he mentioned, again, what I just told you, that all companies have a different organization chart. Okay, so let's continue with our class. Let's continue with our presentation. This is the video here. This is going to be in your email, so you can click the video if you want to watch only the organization chart that we just watched. So now, probably next question is how to create an org chart. Any idea? Well, there are many ways to do it. You can use Word, you can use Excel, but today I decided to choose something that most of us are actually using. And this is an online chart. But this is on something you can do on your phone or tablet with this Excel in Google. Okay, so we are going to create this something like this. We're going to learn, and believe me, it's extremely easy. I already did it to practice, and it was so easy that you can't imagine. So again, if you want to watch this video, the one that I'm going to show right now, you can click just here. So I want you to pay attention. You're going to listen this person explaining. You can pause the video if you need to. And it's so fast. It's going to take like less than 2 minutes to do this. Okay, so let's watch and listen again. Very important information. Get ready.
To create an organizational chart in Google Sheets, you create 2 columns, an A column and a B column. And on the left, you put in the employees, and in the B column on the right, you put in who they report to. I'll just delete that temporarily. And then when you're satisfied with your entries, highlight all the information and then go up to Insert Chart. And then select the chart type, and we're given options here, and we'll go down to Other, where we see the Hierarchy Organizational Chart. Click on that option, and there you have the chart. It also updates in real time, so if I delete the second intern reporting to Kevin the programmer, if I delete that, the organizational chart updates.
Okay, so that's how you do it in Google Sheets or in Excel in Google. Extremely easy, right? So very important that you do this, like on the left column or A, in this case, you write the employees. So here you have all the employees. And on the right, or B column, you're going to write down like the bosses or who they report to. For example, I report to Miss Maria Cecilia. She's the vice principal of a school, right? So if my name were here, Miss Tanya or the English department coordinator, here we're going to have the vice principal. And so with other departments. What you do next is that you select, be careful, don't select number 1. No, you start here from the name or from the department. Column A and B, all this section, then you go to insert, you go down to chart, and then if you remember in the video, here on the right, you have like other type of charts. So you choose organigram and boom, here you are. Easy, right? Okay. Well, so let's continue, and we are about to finish, so don't worry. This is going to take only 1 more minute and we'll be ready. Again, this is the link. You can click here. This is going to be in your email. So this is your homework. Very simple homework. You have to connect columns from 1 to 6 with section A with definition. So let's take a look in section A. It's this one. Okay, so read this chart again, understand, analyze, watch this video again for explanation, and then you complete your homework here. That's it. Very simple. Anyway, if you have any question, you can text me, you can call me, you can send me an email. I'll be here waiting for your questions, okay? So once again, I'm very happy we are in touch again. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye.